From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. For other uses, see jewelry, disambiguation. Various examples of jewelry throughout history. Jewelry, or jewelry in American English, consists of decorative items worn for personal adornment, such as brooches, rings, necklaces, earrings, pendants, bracelets, and cufflinks. Jewelry may be attached to the body or the clothes. From a Western perspective, the term is restricted to durable ornaments, excluding flowers, for example. For many centuries, metal such as gold, often combined with gemstones, has been the normal material for jewelry, but other materials such as glass, shells, and other plant materials may be used. Jewelry is one of the oldest types of archaeological artifact, with 100,000-year-old beads made from Necerius shells thought to be the oldest known jewelry. 1. The basic forms of jewelry vary between cultures, but are often extremely long-lived. In European cultures, the most common forms of jewelry listed above have persisted since ancient times, while other forms such as adornments for the nose or ankle, important in other cultures, are much less common. Jewelry may be made from a wide range of materials. Gemstones and similar materials such as amber and coral, precious metals, beads, and shells have been widely used, and enamel has often been important. In most cultures, jewelry can be understood as a status symbol for its material properties, its patterns, or for meaningful symbols. Jewelry has been made to adorn nearly every body part, from hairpins to toe rings, and even genital jewelry. In modern European culture, the amount worn by adult males is relatively low compared with other cultures and other periods in European culture. The word jewelry itself is derived from the word jewel, which was anglicized from the Old French jewel, to, and beyond that, to the Latin word jocale, meaning plaything. In British English, Indian English, New Zealand English, Hiberno English, Australian English, and South African English, it is spelled jewelry, while the spelling is jewelry in American English. 3. Both are used in Canadian English, though jewelry prevails by a 2-to-1 margin. In French and a few other European languages, the equivalent term, joaillerie, may also cover decorated metalwork in precious metals such as objets d'art and church items, not just objects worn on the person. Form and function, edit. A gold, diamonds and sapphires, red galoche enamel, boule de Genève, a type of pendant watch used as an accessory for women. An example of an object which is functional, artistic/decorative, marker of social status, or a symbol of personal meaning. Humans have used jewelry for a number of different reasons. Functional, generally to fix clothing or hair in place. As a marker of social status and personal status, as with a wedding ring. As a signifier of some form of affiliation, whether ethnic, religious, or social. To provide talismanic protection in the form of amulets. 4. As an artistic display. As a carrier or symbol of personal meaning, such as love, mourning, a personal milestone, or even luck. Generally considered as a good investment. Superstition. 5. Most, quantify, cultures at some point have had a practice of keeping large amounts of wealth stored in the form of jewelry. Numerous cultures store wedding dowries in the form of jewelry or make jewelry as a means to store or display coins. Alternatively, jewelry has been used as a currency or trade good to buy and sell. An example being the use of slave beads. 7. Many items of jewelry, such as brooches and buckles, originated as purely functional items, but evolved into decorative items as their functional requirement diminished. 8. Jewelry can symbolize group membership, as in the case of the Christian crucifix or the Jewish Star of David, or status, as in the case of chains of office or the Western practice of married people wearing wedding rings. Wearing of amulets and devotional medals to provide protection or to ward off evil is common in some cultures. These may take the form of symbols, such as the ankh, stones, plants, animals, body parts, such as the khamsa, or glyphs, such as stylized versions of the throne verse in Islamic art. 9. Materials and methods, edit.
Air ornament, en art nouveau masterpiece, by René Lalique, c'est 1902, gold, Emerald and Diamonds, Musée d'Orsay, Paris.
In creating jewelry, gemstones, coins, or other precious items are often used, and they are typically set into precious metals. Platinum alloys range from 900, 90% pure, to 950, 95% pure. The silver used in jewelry is usually sterling silver or 92.5% fine silver. In costume jewelry, stainless steel findings are sometimes used. Other commonly used materials include glass, such as fused glass or enamel, wood, often carved or turned, shells, and other natural animal substances, such as bone, and ivory. Natural clay, polymer clay, hemp, and other twines have been used as well to create jewelry. That has more of a natural feel. However, any inclusion of lead or lead solder will give a British Assay Office, the body which gives UK jewelry its stamp of approval, the hallmark, the right to destroy the piece. However, it is very rare for the Assay Office to do so. Beads are frequently used in jewelry. These may be made of glass, gemstones, metal, wood, shells, clay, and polymer clay. Beaded jewelry commonly encompasses necklaces, bracelets, earrings, belts, and rings. Beads may be large or small. The smallest type of beads used are known as seed beads. These are the beads used for the woven style of beaded jewelry. Seed beads are also used in an embroidery technique where they are sewn onto fabric backings to create broad collar neck pieces and beaded bracelets. Bead embroidery, a popular type of handwork during the Victorian era, is enjoying a renaissance in modern jewelry making. Beading or beadwork is also very popular in many African and indigenous North American cultures. Silversmiths, goldsmiths, and lapidaries use methods including forging, casting, soldering, or welding, cutting, carving, and cold joining, using adhesives, staples, and rivets to assemble parts. 10. Diamonds, edit. Main article, Diamond. Diamonds. Diamonds were first mined in India. 11. Pliny may have mentioned them, although there is some debate as to the exact nature of the stone he referred to as adamas. 12. In 2005, Australia, Botswana, Russia, and Canada ranked among the primary sources of gemstone diamond production. 13. There are negative consequences of the diamond trade in certain areas. Diamonds mined during the recent civil wars in Angola, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, and other nations have been labeled as blood diamonds when they are mined in a war zone and sold to financing. Insurgency. 14. The British crown jewels contain the Cullinan diamond, part of the largest gem-quality rough diamond ever found, 1905, at 3,106.75 carats, 621.35 G. A diamond solitaire engagement ring. Now popular in engagement rings, this usage dates back to the marriage of Maximilian I to Mary of Burgundy in 1477. 15. A popular style is the diamond solitaire, which features a single large diamond mounted prominently. 16. Within solitaire, there are 3 categories in which a ring can be classified: prong, bezel, and tension setting. 17. Other gemstones, edit. Main article, gemstone. Jade, jasper, ruby, sapphire, turquoise. Many precious and semi-precious stones are used for jewelry. Among them are amber. Amber, an ancient organic gemstone, is composed of tree resin that has hardened over time. The stone must be at least 1 million years old to be classified as amber, and some amber can be up to 120 million years old. Amethyst. Amethyst has historically been the most prized gemstone in the quartz family. It is treasured for its purple hue, which can range in tone from light to dark. Emerald. Emeralds are one of the 3 main precious gemstones, along with rubies and sapphires, and are known for their fine green to bluish-green color. They have been treasured throughout history, and some historians report that the Egyptians mined emerald as early as 3500 BC. Jade. Jade is most commonly associated with the color green, but can come in a number of other colors as well. Jade is closely linked to Asian culture, history, and tradition, and is sometimes referred to as the stone of heaven. Jasper. Jasper is a gemstone of the chalcedony family that comes in a variety of colors. Often, jasper will feature unique and interesting patterns within the colored stone. Pictured jasper is a type of jasper known for the colors, often beiges and browns, and swirls in the stone's pattern. Quartz. Quartz refers to a family of crystalline gemstones of various colors and sizes. Among the well-known types of quartz are rose quartz, which has a delicate pink color, and smoky quartz, which comes in a variety of shades of translucent brown. A number of other gemstones, such as amethyst and citron, are also part of the quartz family. Rutilated quartz is a popular type of quartz containing needle-like inclusions. Ruby. Rubies are known for their intense red color and are among the most highly valued precious gemstones. Rubies have been treasured for millennia. In Sanskrit, the word for ruby is Ratnaraj, meaning king of precious stones. Sapphire. The most popular form of sapphire is blue sapphire, which is known for its medium to deep blue color and strong saturation. Fancy sapphires of various colors are also available. In the United States, blue sapphire tends to be the most popular and most affordable of the three major precious gemstones: emerald, ruby, and sapphire. Turquoise. Turquoise is found in only a few places on Earth, and the world's largest turquoise-producing region is the Southwest United States. Turquoise is prized for its attractive color, most often an intense medium blue or a greenish blue, and its ancient heritage. Turquoise is used in a great variety of jewelry styles. It is perhaps most closely associated with Southwest and Native American jewelry, but it is also used in many sleek, modern styles. Some turquoise contains a matrix of dark brown markings, which provides an interesting contrast to the gemstone's bright blue color. Some gemstones, like pearls, coral, and amber, are classified as organic, meaning that they are produced by living organisms. Others are inorganic, meaning that they are generally composed of and arise from minerals. Some gems, for example amethyst, have become less valued as methods of extracting and importing them have progressed. Some man-made gems can serve in place of natural gems, such as cubic zirconia, which can be used in place of diamond. 18. Metal finishes, edit. An example of gold-plated jewelry. For platinum, gold, and silver jewelry, there are many techniques to create finishes. The most common are high polish, satin/matte, brushed, and hammered. High polished jewelry is the most common and gives the metal a highly reflective, shiny look. Satin or matte finish reduces the shine and reflection of the jewelry, and this is commonly used to accentuate gemstones such as diamonds. Brushed finishes give the jewelry a textured look and are created by brushing a material, similar to sandpaper, against the metal, leaving brush strokes. Hammered finishes are typically created by using a rounded steel hammer and hammering the jewelry to give it a wavy texture. Some jewelry is plated to give it a shiny, reflective look or to achieve a desired color. Sterling silver jewelry may be plated with a thin layer of 0.999 fine silver, a process known as flashing, or may be plated with rhodium or gold. Base metal costume jewelry may also be plated with silver, gold, or rhodium for a more attractive finish. Impact on society, edit. Jewelry has been used to denote status. In ancient Rome, only certain ranks could wear rings, and 19, later, sumptuary laws dictated who could wear what type of jewelry. This was also based on rank of the citizens of that time. Cultural dictates have also played a significant role. For example, the wearing of earrings by Western men was considered effeminate in the 19th century and early 20th century. More recently, the display of body jewelry, such as piercings, has become a mark of acceptance or seen as a badge of courage within some groups, but is completely rejected in others. Likewise, hip-hop culture has popularized the slang term bling-bling, which refers to ostentatious display of jewelry by men or women. Conversely, the jewelry industry in the early 20th century launched a campaign to popularize wedding rings for men, which caught on, as well as engagement rings for men, which did not. going so far as to create a false history and claim that the practice had medieval roots. By the mid-1940s, 85% of weddings in the U.S. featured a double ring ceremony, up from 15% in the 1920s. 20. Some religions have specific rules or traditions surrounding jewelry, or even prohibiting it, and many religions have edicts against excessive display. Islam, for instance, considers the wearing of gold by men as haram. 21. The majority of Islamic jewelry was in the form of bridal dowries and traditionally was not handed down from generation to generation. Instead, on a woman's death, it was sold at the souk and recycled or sold to passers-by. Islamic jewelry from before the 19th century is thus exceedingly rare. 22. History edit. The history of jewelry is long and goes back many years, with many different uses among different cultures. It has endured for thousands of years and has provided various insights into how ancient cultures worked. Prehistory edit. The earliest known jewelry was actually created not by humans, Homo sapiens, but by Neanderthal living in Europe. Specifically, perforated beads made from small seashells have been found dating to 115,000 years ago in the Cueva de los Avianes, a cave along the southeast coast of Spain. Later in Kenya, at Enkipunyumudo, beads made from perforated ostrich eggshells have been dated to more than 40,000 years ago. In Russia, a stone bracelet and marble ring are attributed to a similar age. 23. Later, the European early modern humans had crude necklaces and bracelets of bone, teeth, berries, and stone hung on pieces of string or animal sinew, or pieces of carved bone used to secure clothing together. In some cases, jewelry had shell or mother-of-pearl pieces. A decorated engraved pendant, the star car pendant, dating to around 11,000 BC, and thought to be the oldest Mesolithic art in Britain, was found at the site of Star Car in North Yorkshire in 2015. 24. In southern Russia, carved bracelets made of mammoth tusk have been found. The Venus of Whole Fells features a perforation at the top, showing that it was intended to be worn as a pendant. Around 7,000 years ago, the first sign of copper jewelry was seen. 8. In October 2012, the Museum of Ancient History in Lower Austria revealed that they had found a grave of a female jewelry worker, forcing archaeologists to take a fresh look at prehistoric gender roles after it appeared to be that of a female fine metal worker, a profession that was previously thought to have been carried out exclusively by men. 25. String of beads, 3650 to 3100 BC, lapis lazuli, the blue beads, and travertine, the white beads, Egyptian alabaster, length 4.5 centimeters, 1.8 in, by Nakata 2 or Nakata 3 Cultures, Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York City. String of beads, 3300 to 3100 BC, carnelian, garnet, quartz, and glazed steatite, length 20.5 centimeters, 8.1 in, by Nakata 3 Culture Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Armlet with sun symbol, 16th 13th century BC, late Bronze Age, Bronze, German National Museum, Nürnberg.
Necklace, probably 2600 to 1300 BC, carnelian, bone and stone, from Sarak al-Hadid, the United Arab Emirates. Africa edit. Egypt edit. Main article, Art of Ancient Egypt Jewelry. The first signs of established jewelry making in ancient Egypt was around 3,000 to 5,000 years ago. 26. The Egyptians preferred the luxury, rarity, and workability of gold over other metals. In pre-dynastic Egypt, jewelry soon began to symbolize political and religious power in the community. Although it was worn by wealthy Egyptians in life, it was also worn by them in death, with jewelry commonly placed among grave goods. In conjunction with gold jewelry, Egyptians used colored glass, along with semi-precious gems. The color of the jewelry had significance. Green, for example, symbolized fertility. Lapis lazuli and silver had to be imported from beyond the country's borders. Egyptian designs were most common in Phoenician jewelry. Also, Ancient Turkish designs found in Persian jewelry suggest that trade between the Middle East and Europe was not uncommon. Women wore elaborate gold and silver pieces that were used in ceremonies. 26. Pectoral, chest jewelry of Tutankhamun, 1336 to 1327 BC, reign of Tutankhamun, gold, silver, and meteoric glass, height 14.9 centimeters, 5.9 in, Egyptian Museum, Cairo. Pendant, c. 1069 BC, gold and turquoise, overall, 5.1 by 2.3 centimeters, 2.01 in times 0.91 in, Cleveland Museum of Art, Cleveland. Signet ring, 664 to 525 BC, gold, diameter, 3 by 3.4 centimeters, 1.2 in times 1.3 in, British Museum, London. Pectoral and necklace of Princess Sithithorianate, 1887 to 1813 BC, gold, carnelian, lapis lazuli, turquoise, garnet, and feldspar. Height of the pectoral, 4.5 centimeters, 1.8 in, Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York City. Kmissa amulet in silver. Maghreb countries in North Africa edit. Main article, Jewelry of the Berber Cultures. Jewelry of the Berber cultures is a style of traditional jewelry worn by women and girls in the rural areas of the Maghreb region in North Africa inhabited by indigenous Berber people in Berber language. Amazigh Imazighan, PL. Following long social and cultural traditions, the silversmiths of different ethnic Berber groups of Morocco, Algeria, and neighboring countries created intricate jewelry to adorn their women, and that formed part of their ethnic identity. Traditional Berber jewelry was usually made of silver and includes elaborate brooches made of triangular plates and pins, fibula, originally used as clasps for garments, but also necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and similar items. Another major type is the so-called kmissa, local pronunciation of the Arabic word khamsa for the number 5, which is called a fuz in the Berber language, Tamazight. This form represents the 5 fingers of the hand and is traditionally believed both by Muslims as well as Jewish people to protect against the evil eye. 27. Europe and the Middle East, edit. The first gold jewelry from Bulgaria, edit. Main article, Varna Necropolis. Oldest golden artifacts in the world from Varna Necropolis, grave offerings on exposition in Varna Museum. The oldest gold jewelry in the world is dating from 4600 BC to 4200 BC and was discovered in Europe at the site of Varna Necropolis near the Black Sea coast in Bulgaria. 28, 29, 30. Several prehistoric Bulgarian finds are considered no less old. The golden treasures of Hotnitsa, Derenkulak, artifacts from the Korgon settlement of Unitsite near Pazardzik, the Golden Treasure Soccer, as well as beads and gold jewelry found in the Korgon settlement of Provadia. Salnitsada, salt pit. However, Varna gold is most often called the oldest since this treasure is the largest and most diverse. 31. Mesopotamia, edit. Headdress decorated with golden leaves, 2600 to 2400 BC, gold, lapis lazuli and carnelian, length, 38.5 centimeters, 15.2 in, from the Royal Cemetery at UR. Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York City. By approximately 5,000 years ago, jewelry making had become a significant craft in the cities of Mesopotamia. The most significant archaeological evidence comes from the Royal Cemetery of UR, where hundreds of burials dating 2900 to 2300 BC were unearthed. Tombs such as that of Pwabi contained a multitude of artifacts in gold, silver, and semi-precious stones, such as lapis lazuli. Crowns embellished with gold figurines, close-fitting collar necklaces, and jewel-headed pins. In Assyria, men and women both wore extensive amounts of jewelry, including amulets, ankle bracelets, heavy multi-strand necklaces, and cylinder seals. 32. Jewelry in Mesopotamia tended to be manufactured from thin metal leaf and was set with large numbers of brightly colored stones, chiefly agate, lapis, carnelian, and jasper. Favored shapes included leaves, spirals, cones, and bunches of grapes. Jewelers created works both for human use and for adorning statues and idols. They employed a wide variety of sophisticated metalworking techniques, such as cloisonné, engraving, fine granulation, and filigree. 33. Extensive and meticulously maintained records pertaining to the trade and manufacture of jewelry have also been unearthed throughout Mesopotamian archaeological sites. One record in the Mari Royal Archives, for example, gives the composition of various items of jewelry. One necklace of flat speckled chalcedony beads including 34 flat speckled chalcedony bead and 35 gold fluted beads in groups of 5. One necklace of flat speckled chalcedony beads including 39 flat speckled chalcedony beads with 41 fluted beads in a group that make up the hanging device. One necklace with rounded lapis lazuli beads including 28 rounded lapis lazuli beads and 29 fluted beads for its clasp. 34. Sumerian necklace beads, 2600 to 2500 BC, gold and lapis lazuli. Length, 54 centimeters, 21 in, Metropolitan Museum of Art. Necklace, 2600 to 2500 BC, gold and lapis lazuli. Length, 22.5 centimeters, 8.9 in, Royal Cemetery at Ur, Iraq, Metropolitan Museum of Art. Pair of earrings with cuneiform inscriptions, 2093 to 2046 BC, gold, Sulaymaniyah Museum, Sulaymaniyah, Iraq. Sumerian necklaces and headgear discovered in the royal and individual graves of the Royal Cemetery at Ur, showing the way they may have been worn in British Museum, London. Greece, edit. Openwork hairnet, 300 to 200 BC, gold, diameter, 23 centimeters, 9.1 in, diameter of the medallion, 11.4 centimeters, 4.5 in, unknown provenance, said to be from Karpanisi, Greece. National Archaeological Museum, Athens. 35. The Greeks started using gold and gems in jewelry in 1600 BC, although beads shaped as shells and animals were produced widely in earlier times. Around 1500 BC, the main techniques of working gold in Greece included casting, twisting bars, and making wire. 36. Many of these sophisticated techniques were popular in the Mycenaean period, but unfortunately this skill was lost at the end of the Bronze Age. The forms and shapes of jewelry in ancient Greece, such as the arm ring, 13th century BC, brooch, 10th century BC, and pins, 7th century BC, have varied widely since the Bronze Age as well. Other forms of jewelry include wreaths, earrings, necklace, and bracelets. A good example of the high quality that gold working techniques could achieve in Greece is the gold olive wreath 4th century BC, which is modeled on the type of wreath given as a prize for winners in athletic competitions like the Olympic Games. Jewelry dating from 600 to 475 BC is not well represented in the archaeological record, but after the Persian Wars the quantity of jewelry again became more plentiful. 37. One particularly popular type of design at this time was a bracelet decorated with snake and animal heads because these bracelets used considerably more metal. Many examples were made from bronze. By 300 BC, the Greeks had mastered making colored jewelry and using amethysts, pearl, and emeralds. Also, the first signs of cameos appeared, with the Greeks creating them from Indian sardonyx, a striped brown pink and cream agate stone. Greek jewelry was often simpler than in other cultures, with simple designs and workmanship. However, as time progressed, the designs grew in complexity and different materials were soon used. Jewelry in Greece